Previously, we talked about defeating the inner demons from the past. In this part, we'll discuss more about rousing the unconscious behaviors within us. The unconscious mind can be likened to an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg above the surface of the water is your unconscious mind, and below is a mammoth-sized chunk of ice unseen. Due to its mysterious nature, the unconscious mind is still not fully understood, but it's part of your mind that you can self-reflect on through conventional means. Besides repressed traumas, there are other things that an unconscious mind can consist of. They include motivations and instincts. You may not know why exactly you grabbed that cookie when you were on a diet, but there is probably an unconscious desire to mess up your diet somewhere in your mind. Habits. Why do you eat food a certain way? These habits may have an unconscious action around them. You may be doing these things due to some trauma that you just can't remember. Automatic responses. Do you say sorry even when it's not your fault? There may be an unconscious reason for that. You don't want the person to get angry at you, and perhaps this is due to an authority figure getting unnecessarily angry at you when you were a child. The unconscious mind has the answers to most of your quirks. Here are a few ways you can delve into your unconscious mind. Meditation is one way. There are a million ways to meditate, and you can probably look up some techniques online that best suit you. The basic understanding of meditation is this: finding a quiet, comfortable place, sit down, breathe deeply, be aware of your body's functions, and dive deep into your mind. Other ways to access your unconscious mind include bringing up some of your repressed memories. This can be done through therapy or by talking to your family or friends. Unconscious memories hold you back. If you want to pursue a goal, but your unconscious mind tells you it can't be done, you're doomed from the start. Now, once you stop yourself from saying no, that doesn't mean that everything you want to pursue will come to you. People will still say no to you. You may end up losing something after taking a risk. Usually, the voice in your head saying no has concerns that stem from a kernel of truth, but having a bulletproof mind means accepting that losing is fine sometimes. The best people in the world failed multiple times before they succeeded. When that particular successful basketball player missed a shot, he didn't think, maybe I should give up basketball, but instead, I wonder how I can shoot better next time. Their resolve overpowered any doubts and made them into the people they are today. These people have bulletproof minds. Every time you face an obstacle, you don't need to cry and think that it's over. Instead, you turn it into positivity. Positive people have the push to go forward, which is what most pessimists lack. By thinking about what holds you back, you'll be able to think about your decisions with a clearer lens, and hopefully look at life from a different angle, regardless of whether you win or lose. So how do you awaken your unconsciousness? Begin by noticing all your quirks. If you can't figure out any, speak to your coworkers, friends, spouse, or family, as they can point out the little quirks you otherwise don't notice yourself. Write them all down and try to figure out why you do it. You may not solve the mystery of your unconscious instantly, but this gives you clues about how to get started. Every time you perform a subconscious action, put it into a mental note. Do this for something that you want to fix, be it anger or frustration. Try to control that emotion from letting it all out. Take small risks to see small changes in life. Not taking chances is the same as no changes in your life. As we can see, awakening the unconscious mind is crucial so you can address issues that result in negative mindsets or habits that hold you back from living the best life you can. Take these steps and incorporate them into your life and see your life change before your eyes. In this part of the video, let's look into getting back the empathy and kindness lost within you. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to see through someone else's eyes. You know how the person is feeling, how they see the world, can feel their emotions, and so forth. It's not to be confused with sympathy, which is what you wish on someone who suffers a misfortune. Empathy just feels good to have when you want a rich life. Not only does it feel nice to respect people, but you'll get experiences out of it that help you grow. Being more empathetic can help you let go of your past. By seeing it through the other side, you may feel less hatred for those who you think are your enemies, be it your ex, your boss, your parents, or so on. You can spend your time being positive instead of spending it hating others. Being empathetic can also make you a better leader. For example, if you're a boss, you can empathize with your employees and treat them right. This doesn't mean that you let them walk all over you, but it means that you can improve their morale by not seeing them as another cog. A good leader will motivate their employees, while a bad leader will make the good employees flee the company while the others lose all motivation. So with all that in mind, how does one bring out their human side? If you're not a naturally empathetic person, it may be a bit difficult to learn empathy, but not impossible. Think of someone who you haven't talked to. It can be a coworker, someone who rides on the bus, or just your neighbor. Try talking to them if they're willing to chat. Get into a deep conversation to learn about their struggles and wishes. Also, schedule a get-together with someone whom you don't seem to get along with, and don't jump the gun by making an assumption. Have a deep quality conversation with that person. Question yourself, how did the relationship become so bad? What caused it? Instead of avoiding and ignoring, try to understand what stemmed the relationship's animosity. Avoid getting into a huge argument with whomever you're discussing this with. Things to note, however. As you listen, don't let your biases get in the way. Think about the situation through their point of view and ask what should be done to help. Your beliefs can change because of empathy. Over time, you may find yourself questioning your own principles due to empathy. If you screw someone over for your gain, you may feel sorry for them and try to help. Sometimes you have to be a little cutthroat to succeed, but that doesn't mean you have to be cruel or not help out your coworkers. Now go on ahead and reignite that spark of empathy and kindness within you, and you'll be well on your way towards a bulletproof mind. Part and parcel of having a bulletproof mindset is knowing our purpose in life. It can be realistic, like getting a house, or it can be something that seems a bit harder to accomplish, like becoming a millionaire. When it comes to our lives, everyone should have a purpose. Purpose is the motivation that keeps us fighting and going. Without purpose, life becomes meaningless. Now, our purposes in life may seem hard to accomplish. Ignore those feelings. They are just noises that distract you from reaching your purpose. Any purpose that is scientifically possible is possible. And even if you don't reach your goal, the journey can teach you something along the way. Here's a couple of ways to find out how you can identify your purpose and be driven by it. Ask yourself, what would you want to achieve in 5 to 10 years down the line? Take some time to ponder about it. Now, sketch a plan to accomplish your purpose. Do a bit of research. Talk to people who have accomplished your goal. Look at your circumstances and your limits. Then, plan. Set a rough time frame and order. Keep your mind clear and on the big picture when you're pursuing your purposes. Leave all your worries and stresses behind. Have a clear focus on what is ahead of you, but also try to be realistic too. If your mindset seems to differ from other people, don't be disheartened. Keep going. Sometimes chanting your goals to yourself can get you motivated. Get into a meditative position, focus on your goal, and start chanting. Chant until you feel more motivated than ever. As you are on the go, you can whisper under your breath, especially if something isn't going your way. Your mind needs constant reminders. Write it down and stick it all over. You can also set phone reminders. Get the idea drilled into your head by seeing reminders. Seeing the same thing over and over can brand it into your mind. Even if you feel like your words are white lies, they'll become reality if you repeat them long enough. Making purposes and putting in the effort to accomplish them is one characteristic of a bulletproof mind. Hence, keep planning and striving for success. You're halfway there.